Going, Nicole. Here's number 4 on the Canvas quiz. This one is a little bit tricky because in this one they don't break it up for you like up here. It's not kind of broken up into the different figures, but I'm gonna break it up for you so you can see how it's gonna look. So that's what we're gonna do. If I add that line in, then we have figure 1 is that square, figure 2 is that semicircle, and figure 3 is the trapezoid, okay? So 3 is a trapezoid. So we're going to figure out the area of figure 1, which is going to be, it's a square, so it's just 12.5 times 12.5. And when you do that, you should get 156.25. All right. So 156.25. Area 2 is going to be the semicircle. So if you think about this, a full circle is just pi r squared, but we only want half of that. So we're going to take half of pi r squared. Okay. So when we do that, here we have to find the radius. Well, if you look, we're going to find the radius from that side of the square because that goes from that center point to the outside. All right. So that length is just 12.5. So that's going to be our radius. So it's going to be 1/2 pi times 12.5 squared. Okay. Now, when you do that, make sure you do the 12.5 squared first and then multiply that number by pi. And then you're going to divide that all by 2, which should give you 245.44. And I'm rounding to 2 decimal places because the answers are all rounded to 2 decimal places. All right. So area 3 is that trapezoid. So that's going to be 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. All right. So when we do that, the height of the trapezoid is just going to be 12.5. And then our base 1 and our base 2, well, we know this base here, we'll use a different color. This is going to be our one base, and this is going to be our other base. Well, our one base here is 12.5, and then our other base, what we have to do is we have to figure out the whole thing's 55. What we want to subtract out is we want to subtract out the radius of the circle. Well, we already figured out what the radius is. The radius is just 12.5. So 12.5 is right here. So we're going to do 55 minus 12.5, and we're going to get 42.5. And that is our base, okay? That's one of our bases. We can call that base 1. We can call that base 2. And our height is just going to be 12.5. So when we plug that in our formula, it's just going to be 1/2 height, which is 12.5, times 12.5 plus 42.5. Kind of running out of space here. Plus 42.5. So in doing that, make sure when you plug it in your calculator, make sure you plug in the 12.5 plus 42.5 first. Get a number that gives me 55, okay? We're going to multiply that number by 12.5. That gives me 687.5. And then I'm going to divide that number by 2, which gives me 343.75. So you have to add up these numbers right here that I'm going to outline. And when you add those numbers up, when you add up 156.25 plus 245.44 plus 343.75, that's going to give you 745.44. So that's what you should get for an answer there. And again, I rounded to the second